And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight, IdahoSports.com of our broadcast, Idaho Transportation Department. Tonight we come to you live from Kuna, where Nampa will take on Kuna, the Kuna Caveman. Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan Luke, and I'm joined at times by my son, Ethan Luke, who is stepping in tonight for some other broadcasters who couldn't make it, as we're spread throughout the valley, bringing lots and lots of Idaho sports, lots of Idaho high school sports coverage to you all. Tonight we have a matchup of a couple of interesting teams. We have the Kuna Cavemen, who come in and have played some close games, lost a couple. Nampa also has come in with 0 wins on the year, but showing life. This very young Nampa team has played well in various quarters throughout the season so far, but Kuna coming in on their homecoming tonight, a very patriotic theme as they reach deep to try and get a win for their fans here. And Kuna, the city team, as they come into this season, this newly minted 5A football team is looking to compete here in the Treasure Valley. We'll come back to you live in just a moment after a word from some of our sponsors.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work.
I am not good enough. I will never believe I'm ready.
College isn't for me. And I need to stop thinking my life can change. If only I could see things.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set for the coin toss here at mid-conference. A couple things to look out for here is the Nampa Bulldogs, their young sophomore quarterback, how he produces, how he's able to handle some of the pressures there. And at other times has shown that they're still a growing and young team. So coin toss is up, and let's see who chooses to receive and who's going to defend. And we have no clues. The players just vacated the field. So it looks like somebody, and we're not sure who. I'm assuming Kuna is going to receive it because they left the field, but we're going to go with that. So Nampa's going to kick to Kuna, and Kuna's going to be receiving the football in the south end zone, heading north, looking moving right to left for me as my broadcast. I want to welcome in my son, Ethan. What do you think? What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think it's a good matchup versus Kuna and Nampa.
Well, good. That's fantastic. So just as we're getting set for the opening kickoff, and the Kuna Caveman all excited. Fantastic program leading up to this. They represented first responders. They also had a Black Hawk helicopter land in the soccer fields, and they delivered the game ball, which is absolutely spectacular. So Kuna really putting on a show here for their homecoming fans as we move into the opening phases of this SIC football game. And we're set to kick off. Number 18, Daniel Soto, pops it into the air, and it's caught and bobbled around the 13-yard line, and breaks one tackle, jukes to his left, breaks a couple more, keeps his feet. And that was Jason Monroe, the senior 5'10", 160-pound defensive back. Bobbled the initial reception, but was able to hang on to it and made a couple of juke moves. But it looks like there is a flag on the field. We'll wait to see what that is. So it looks like we have a targeting call that's going to go against Nampa. Yeah, personal foul targeting on Nampa. That's going to push the ball 15 yards up, and that's really going to be beneficial to kick this opening drive off. So now it looks like Kuna is going to start at their own 34-yard line.
On the Bulldogs.
And Kuna lined up under center. This is very odd these days in football, but boy, they got somebody to jump off sides in the I formation. And that's either was it a false start, but they are going to call the offsides. So Kuna lined up in the I formation, which is a rarity in high school football these days. Everybody seems to spread it out. Not that they don't run the ball, but the formation is unique. So move the ball up, and that's going to be 1st and 5 from the 40-yard line. Well, actually, check that, 39-yard line. Chain gang on the far side is just as confused as I was. So Kuna lines up in the same formation. Let's see if they run the same play. And it's just a lead to the right. In the back, that's number 8. That's Austin Latimer. He just kind of dances his way for a couple of yards to bring up 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. Quarterback is Lino Senio. Forward pass, and that's number 7. He picks up a block downfield, keeps his feet, and gets knocked out at the Nampa 40-yard line. And that's big number 7. That's Luke Celto, the 6'1", 205-pound receiver. And he looks all of 6'1", 205 as he's rumbling around the corner. And he's pushed out about like a bounce, like I said, at the 40-yard line to bring up a caveman 1st down. So positive yardage, Ethan, these first 2 plays. Yep is right. And we're moving in. It's going to be 1st and 10 now from about the 38-yard line, the Nampa 38-yard line. They got him to jump again. Senio rolls to his right, throws on the run, throws a nice pass. It's caught out around the 33-yard line and pushed out at the 36-yard line. That was Keyshawn Kelly was a receiver on that. Ran a quick out route, and as he rolled out, he kept his feet and through perfect form, squared his shoulders, and released the ball. So 1st down again, and the Cavemen are in business. 1st and 10 from the 30, we'll call it the 33-yard line. So bunch formation, 1 back behind him. Good block on the outside and just picked up enough yards. Just picked up some good positive running yards. That was number 8. That was Austin Latimer, the running back, 5'10", 195 pounds. They lined up under center again, and that big offensive line looking to impose its will. So pickup of 6, going to bring up 2nd and 4. Ethan, run pass. What do you do, buddy?
Well, let's see. I think they're in that lineup. I think they're going to go for a run again, maybe a pass. Either way, we'll find out.
Well, I'm thinking run over the right side. It's just a lead off the tackle, and big yardage. I mean, good yardage as he kept his legs pumping. Again, that was Latimer, and they're just playing smash mouth football at this point. The tackles, they brought in 2 tackles and the tight end. Everybody lined up to the right, and they're broadcasting exactly where they're going to run the ball. But that's a 1st down, and that's what Kuna's going to want to do, is really establish themselves physically up front. And Nampa looking for some answers. They do have taken out to the outside, makes 1 cut, and he walks into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, 13-yard touchdown run. And Austin Latimer was untouched as he went around the corner. He had good blocking up front. In fact, his receiver was out there, and he sealed the edge for him. The receiver, number 3, that was TJ Taylor. The senior put a good block on the outside, and Latimer makes it 6-0 early on with 9:42 left. The Kuna Cavemen take the lead. And we line up for the extra point. Jason Monroe looking to make it 7. He puts it through. So Kuna up 7-0 early on with 9:42 to left. And Ethan, there was nothing magical about that. They just ran it down their throats.
Yeah, and a great kick on there. Just a little low Little low, but they still got it.
Yep, extra point was good, and he kicked it through. So as we move in, we'll wait for the Cavemen to kick off. We'll take a quick break here and hear from one of our sponsors.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
How am I doing so far?
And we're back. So Kuna punched it in on a quick toss to the outside. And if we can get the cameraman to zoom in down here and take a look at this, you got to see what Kuna's doing. They're pretty proud of themselves right now. That offensive line kind of bullied the Nampa Bulldogs, no pun intended, as they got into the end zone. So Kuna kicking off from south to north. And Nampa waiting to show what they can do on offense. So the kick is up. Luke Snar was the kicker and caught short kick, and Hernandez receives the ball. It takes it up around the 30-yard line, breaks one tackle, keeps his feet, low center of gravity, and he stays right there around the 30-yard line where he's brought down by a host of Kuna Cavemen. So it's going to bring up first down for Nampa as they look to get this season on track here. Nampa bringing 0-3 record into the season so far, but showed a lot of encouraging spunk, if you will. So Dom Almaraz is the quarterback, 5'9", 165 pounds. He's a sophomore. He's lined up in the shotgun formation. The pistol gives a handoff to his right. There's a big lane to the right as a running back. That's Josh Peterson. Cuts back and picks up about 8 on the make that 9 on the opening play for Nampa, and they got to be thrilled about that. Offensively, that offensive line needs to get after it. They have a lot of two-way players, so fatigue may become a problem, but at this point, it's 86 degrees and we're on top of the booth, maybe even dropping a little. It's absolutely gorgeous, stunning weather here in the Treasure Valley. So Almaraz in the shotgun again, pistol formation, 2 receivers to his left. He runs motion, and it's a quick fake handoff. It's kind of a read option. So it was a loss of 2 yards, Ethan, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. What do you think, Ethan? What would you call here?
I would call a running play. Actually, scratch that. Throw it downfield, gain some extra yardage, and you'll be set.
There it is, from the words of Ethan. Pistol formation, twin sets of receivers on the top and the bottom. Almaraz takes the snap, gives it to Peterson. Peterson met in the backfield, carried for a couple of yards, but not enough for the first down. The Cavemen swarmed him. Looks like they were led by number 40. Again, Ashton Schroll, but number 40, that's Cody Biggs. And the Bulldogs not taking any chances here as they run the punt team onto the field. So Kuna, big stop on the opening drive with 3 and out, and they've got to be thrilled with the way this game's going so far. So Kuna set up in punt formation. Excuse me, Nampa's in punt formation, and Kuna waiting to receive the ball. That's number 9. Short kick, Makai Venegas, very short kick, takes a Kuna bounce and is going to be down to the 43-yard line. So just a pick of a punt of about 15 or 16 yards. So fantastic field position for the Kuna Cavemen as they come out on their second drive. And Ethan, what do you expect to see from Kuna this drive?
I expect to see them throw the ball a little bit more, not as much running. They got a little more comfortable with them. They got a little more comfortable, and I think they'll start throwing it.
And you're maybe right as they have 5 receivers lined up. And Seneo, Seneo's in the backfield, and he takes the snap, looks to his right, quick throw over the middle, but it's tipped up and intercepted. That's number 13 for Nampa, and he takes the ball to the right. He has some lane. He gets shoved out of bounds and by the receiver, number 7, and that was number 13, Ryland Rush with the pick, and that was just a quick throw, and that's the tip drill that every team goes through, and Nampa took advantage of it and made the interception. And not only that, fantastic field position, Ethan, as they start their second drive at the 30-yard line, and this is absolutely what Nampa needed to get back in this game. So Alvarez behind, lined up in the pistol formation again. One tight end, 11 personnel, 11 package. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. They run motion across the formation. Alvarez looks deep, throws it across the middle, has his tight end open, but led him too much. That was intended for number 80. Xander London, when they played Middleton, had a really long touchdown reception as he broke free. So he has been known for some big plays so far in the season. And Alvarez just led him a little too much, just out of his reach. So brings up 2nd and 10 for the Nampa Bulldogs. So Nampa lines up again. Two receivers to the left seems to be their staple, their formation, pistol formation. Peterson behind Alvarez. Alvarez motion across the hole, made it happen, and you can see the offensive lineman getting a good push up there. And Kuna content on rushing 4, possibly 5, depends on what personnel they have in, and daring Nampa to throw it over the top of them. So 3rd and 4, and this is 2 down territory for the Bulls. It's a back all over him, and that was number, and I'm looking for a number here, and apologies, folks. Sometimes that was number 3. That was a Treo Titus, the 5'9", 165-pound receiver, hung on to the ball as he was getting dragged down. So fantastic scoring drive. He looked to his right. Alvarez looked to his right. Nobody was open. It was a design throw. He had one receiver in mind as he threw it back to his left, and they were able to drag it in for a touchdown. So 6 points. There's nothing better than scoring a touchdown as a bounce back after a 3 and out. So we'll be back after this, after we hear a message from our sponsors.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
So Nampa getting ready to kick it off to Kuna, and Kuna defensively held their own, but one big play later after the big interception, and Nampa's tied the ball game 7-7 on this homecoming night here in Kuna. So Bulldogs set to kick off, back deep to receive the kick in the end zone, and that is unreturnable. That was a fantastic boot, almost to the back of the end zone. So touchback. And Kuna's going to start their 3rd drive of this ball game. And Ethan, what have you seen from Kuna so far?
I've seen that Kuna has been running the ball a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, running the ball well, absolutely. So when they line up in a formation, they're not shy about showing you what they're going to do, but eventually that will lead to a play action. The young fit in the linebacker, number 5, as Coben Tubbs comes in, cuts it short, and is able to drop him right around the line of scrimmage. Brought Lattimore down right around the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Kuna lines up again with 2 backs in the backfield, not shy about running the football. It's a fake handoff, play action, roll out to the right. That's dumped to the fullback. The fullback has a lot of room, just picking which person he's going to hit, and he tries to jump around. He's brought down at the 36-yard line, and that was number 35 with the reception. That was Gino Salas, the soft. And it's a short shovel pass forward, and that's dips out to the left, to the right, keeps his feet. He has a lane wide open. Takes all the way out to the 30-yard line. Luke Celto. That's going to go down as a reception, as a forward pass, but it was more or less a handoff. Celto takes it out to the 26-yard line. That's a caveman first down, and as they run that motion back and forth, you got to look out for the misdirection. Trying to keep Nampa on their heels. Celto, that's 2 big plays by him so far. Latimer and Celto made the plays. And we have, looks like the clock went out, so we have no clue what's going on. The scoreboard just blacked out. The scoreboards. generally pretty reliable. So they take a break on the field, and we too will take a break as we hear from one of our sponsors.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions and
And it looks like they got the scoreboard issue resolved, so no harm, no foul. 5:05 left in the first quarter, tied 7-7. First down after a big, it was a pass play, but after a big gain on first down. And Kuna takes the field, trip yards, showing good lateral quickness. Tough to bring down. He's a big kid, solid runner. 2nd and 1.5. 2nd and 1.5. And Nampa shuffling in some big bodies, committed to stopping that run. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive linemen as Nampa lines up 2 tight ends, 3 backs, hands the ball off to Latimer. Latimer looking for a block, gets it, comes around the edge, and Nampa snuffed it out. They were able to get to him, but not until he picked up the first down. It's going to be quarterback sneak, and he just pushes, gets behind that big offensive line. He picks up 2.5 yards. First down, Caveman in the red zone here at about the 15-yard line. Ethan, red zone. What are we doing in the red zone?
All right, we're trying to score.
We're trying to score. We're going to run the ball, and they run kind of a sweep play to the left, and that's Latimer. Again, untouched. Gets around the corner. Great seal block on the edge by number 15, Colton Deathridge. Colton Deathridge, the 6'4", 200-pound tight end, and Latimer went untouched. A big offensive line, and again, running the ball very well. The Kuna Cavemen are committed to this game plan, and they're absolutely executing to a T here as they're able to punch it in from the 15-yard line. So 15-yard touchdown for kick is up and good. So 14-7, Cavemen take a 7-point lead in this first quarter, and it's been an exciting first quarter. Ethan, you had fun?
Yeah, it's already fun. I thought it would be a little slower. I don't know why, but 14.
Very well. Latimer showing us some speed, a burst, good quickness. And Nampa looking to respond here. And again, on their last set of downs, they were able to punch it in from about 20 yards out on a touchdown throw by Alvarez, which brought it to 7-7, and then Kuna respond. It's a awkward looking kick, but it stays in bounds, and they take it around the 15-yard line. That's number 2. That's going to be Bryce Willingford. He keeps his feet and gets a push to the 29-yard line. He's brought down by a bunch of Cavemen, and that's where the Nampa Bulldogs are going to start their 3rd series, looking to respond to that touchdown pass.
Looks like they're going to run him.
And they may run the ball here, and they have split receivers to the left. And motion is just a quick handoff up the middle. And Josh Peterson takes it, and he dances his way for about 5 yards, and he's been very effective when he's had the ball. He just kind of runs that zone numbers that I'm seeing here. So Nampa with 3 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver split to the left. Ball snapped here. I think they see something. Their big offensive line's leaning on this Kuna defensive line, creating some big holes, as Alvarez is not being asked to do too much now as a quarterback. Instead, they're letting the sophomore Peterson, and Alvarez, the sophomore himself. Alvarez bobbled the ball. He's going to be dropped for a loss of 1 to bring up 2nd and 11. 1:40 left here in the first quarter. IdahoSports.com, Treasure Valley game night. We have Nampa at Kuna, homecoming for the Kuna Cavemen. Alvarez, the shotgun, pistol formation. Motion coming across to the near side. High snap, just gets it, looks down the field, lobs it over a defender, and just off the fingertips of Tegan Lords, the receiver. It was a good read. He was open, and he just had to throw that touch pass. Had a little too much sauce on it, Ethan. A little too hard. Just went out of. Don't quite know if this is 2-down territory just yet. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Alvarez on the near hash. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to his left, has a man, throws it right, and then it's caught. Should have been intercepted, but instead the Nampa receiver, that was number 14, that was Cortez Hernandez, was in the right place with hands. Went right into Hernandez's hands and made a great grab. So first down, Bulldogs.
Officials are going to bring the chains on.
Possible first down. Looks like they're going to measure this one. I thought he was close. I thought he had it based on the initial spot, but where they put the ball down. So they're going to bring out the chains. Boy, a cameraman here to my right happens to be my nephew. Yes, this is a family affair. Does he have it? I think he has it. 4th down, but Nampa absolutely is going to go for it on this one. Now, here's a key question. Is there any kind of power running game? Does Nampa have any kind of power running game? Meaning, can they get under center? Because typically, when you're snapping the ball and you're 3 to 4 yards back in the shotgun formation, yes, you have a head start, but you're already 3 or 4 yards back. So what is your 4th and inches play, I guess, is the million-dollar question at this point.
4th and less than a foot.
Kuna leaves the same personnel on the field, as does Nampa. And again, they run with that split receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 tight end. Peterson's a big back. I would be surprised if they just turned around and said, Josh, pick this up for us. Motion across the formation again. And it's him on a run blitz, knowing they were going to run the ball. Tackled him in the backfield. At the 48-yard line, Kuna takes over. The Caveman, 1st and 10, looking to build on that momentum, and Nampa has got to be a little bit of a crushing blow. So 3 defensive linemen for Nampa, 4 linebackers, but they crowd the middle of the box, and that's Latimer. Can't break away from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th tackler, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nampa gambling knew exactly what they were going to do. They called the run blitz on that. They may have only had 3 defensive linemen, but they were sending multiple people to fill those holes. Latimer dropped for 2. So that's the end of the first quarter. So 14-7, Kuna takes the lead into the 2nd quarter, and we'll be back after we hear a message from our sponsors.
Always entertaining and occasionally happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
So we're back. So apologies in the frame that you're seeing there. It still says first quarter, and that's on me, folks. I do not know how to change it to second quarter. So as soon as I figure that out, you will be seeing an update. But it is the second quarter. So we're just starting the second quarter, and they flip directions here. So Nampa is going to be heading left to right as we see it. And they line up in the pistol formation, the tight pistol formation. And it's a fake handoff, roll to the right. It's a pass to the right, and it's caught bobbled right as he got it, but that was number 1, Keyshawn Kelly with the reception. And Senio through to the right on the rollout. That's going to bring up 3rd down. That was a pickup of 7. So 3rd and 6 for the Cavemen.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Cavemen.
3rd and 5, they're calling it from the booth here. So split receivers to the left, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Latimer in the backfield. He goes in motion to his left, and they throw it to him, and he's chased by linebackers, and he loses his footing. He's brought down, a loss of 4.5 yards. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Nampa coming up, stiffening up when they needed to, making good tackles. A couple tackles for losses, and that's going to put them in good position. Ball's going to be snapped from the 49-yard line. And Bryce Wallingford, the punt returners, back sitting around the 15-yard line. Nampa's going to get the ball back here, excited to put a stop. Stop that big running game by Kuna, the Kuna running game. So kicks up and it's back. Decent kick. It heads out of bounds and no chance to return. Goes to the 12-yard line. Nampa's going to take over the 12-yard line, so fairly effective punt, Ethan. Didn't allow him to return the punt. So here we go. Nampa gets the ball again to start the second quarter, their first drive in the second quarter. So they ran the ball well. They did a good job with that. Then they had some miscues. What are we going to see from Nampa, Ethan?
I don't know. Probably going to see them run the ball a little more passes, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty typical, right? To run the ball and pass the ball in football.
Yeah, I think they're going to drive it down the field a lot more.
Big guy. But he hangs on to it and picks up close to 3.5. We'll give him maybe 4 yards. So ball spot playing on this varsity level. So there's a clap, fakes the handoff, looks to his left, looks down the field, keeps his eyes up, has a receiver, threads the needle, pickup of almost 10 yards. And he threw that to Titus with the reception, and he threw that into a tight window. Very impressed with Alvarez as he kept his eyes up. So and on your screen it shows first quarter, and that's on me, folks. I do not know how to change it to the second quarter yet, but I am getting that information. So second quarter, 9:20 left in the second. And Alvarez, pistol formation again. Trips to the right, they run motion. So the option play, and Alvarez hangs it and he pitches it, and it almost looked like a forward pass at that point, but they're going to call the lateral, and he pitched it out of bounds, and Kuna snuffed that. Well, it's still going to bring up second down.
Incomplete.
So second and 10.
Second and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And Alvarez, pistol formation, 2 receivers to his left. Motion across the formation, fakes a handoff.
3rd and 5.
In good field position, they'll have a great opportunity to score. So Nampa looking to keep this drive alive. Big third down for the Bulldogs. Trying to convert and keep this drive alive. They were able to stuff to Peterson. Peterson just took it from him, and he powers forward and he leans forward, and we have flags coming. He's going to be short, tackled to the 35-yard line. Yeah, so they're going to call something with the bobbled pass. Around his knees, the referee did, so. Oh. That's not how I've seen that called in the past, but we'll give it to him. So sideline warning it is. But that usually is just a warning. They usually blow the whistle dead before it starts, and I think that's what it's going to have to be. And 3rd and 9. Coming up for the Bulldogs, big down here. They may be content just to hand the ball off to Peterson and see what he can do. Low snaps all night, trouble. No, Alvarez launches it, ran with him and turned at the last moment and picked it off. That's a big pick. Now, if he would have knocked it down, I don't know with the punt if they'd be in better field position, but regardless, Kuna takes over off the big interception. So a pick quarterback, it was wide open. Pickup of about 14 yards. Celto threw the ball to Senio. So Senio has a reception on that one, and typically you look for a lot deeper, but he stopped his route and settled down in the soft zone on that, and Celto had all kinds of time looking for receivers. Toss over to Latimer. Latimer has that edge again, and he sees all kinds of daylight. Breaks through a couple tackles, shows a burst, and gets tackled to the 28-yard line. Another first down. That was an 18-yard gain. Lattimore in the backfield. Latimer takes a toss to the right. Same play, but goes to his right. Maybe looking a little bit tired after that last run. Breaks tackle in the backfield. Runs back out. Nampa rotating players back and forth, looking to bring their run defense on. Seaman, he just burst through it. He's untouched for the touchdown. 3rd time they've run that play. This time Celto took it from the backfield. He's called a receiver. He looks like a running back. Took it in for the touchdown. 18-yard touchdown run, Luke Celto. And the Kuna Caveman pressed the issue on the ground. So Monroe on for the extra point attempt. And the snap's a good one. And
I am not good enough. I will never believe I'm ready. Never believe I am not good enough.
Well, turns out I still didn't figure out how to do it. I do have instructions in front of me, so maybe by halftime I'll be able to figure it out. So again, folks, it is the second quarter, 21-7, and the kick is a short one, just kind of a pop fly, and fielded around the 20-yard line. But my goodness, great special teams coverage. In fact, it doesn't get much better than that. Tackle hour at sunset here, absolutely stunning from the top of the booth here at Kuna High School. Here in the Treasure Valley, you can see the mountains in the background. Perfect football weather, temperature's great. As Nampa lines up with three backs in the backfield, Peterson is joined by a couple of receivers. And we have a new quarterback in there. And it's going to be number 3, that's Treyu Titus, the receiver who they've brought in at quarterback. So Titus
on the carry.
keeps the ball on the first play, loss of a yard.
58 on the tackle.
And Titus stays in at quarterback. Not sure if if there was an injury in the last set of downs or if they're just trying to settle their young quarterback down. Treyu Titus is a senior, so has some playing experience. The 5'9", 165-pound quarterback / receiver has Peterson lined up behind him. 2 receivers to the left, and they run that motion behind Peterson. Treyu looks to his right, throws to his right, and throws right to a Kuna caveman. I'm not sure what he was looking at. But it was dropped, luckily, for the Bulldogs. It went right through the defender's hands. He has his hands on his head still. Can't believe what was happening. So here we go. That was number 19. It's the field, and it was more of a Nampa couldn't capitalize on anything and dropped the ball and wasn't able to move the ball. What do you think so far about this game?
At projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Treasure Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 3 activities in Idaho.
Coal Valley, we were so much Melba at the 2A WIC that I personally probably owe them an apology that I kind of brushed over Coal Valley. Here's me eating my crow.
Hosted by Logan Green, the Treasure Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
All right, they're announcing now. Welcome back, folks. We are at halftime. 12:44 left at halftime, and Kuna 21-7 lead over the Nampa Bulldogs, and they're announcing the royalty here for halftime. And I have no clue who these kids are, but I'll tell you what, they're having a good time. And not a better time to be alive than when you're in high school. It seems like the world's tough and it's difficult, but I'll tell you what, it is absolutely phenomenal time. So takeaways from halftime so far. Number one, Kuna loves to run the football, and they have some good backs, and they have some good receivers that work as backs, and they like to line up under the football, and that's under center. And that's very difficult for a lot of these guys. A lot of these teams, because you prep for a lot of the spread offenses that we're seeing around the country as it's taken it by storm. And so when you have to do the one-off and prep for the individual team, it's very difficult to replicate that. And Kuna's done a good job, and they've done that. Student body right, student body left, tossing the ball back and forth. And they've scored 3, and they've been all around 20 yards out for the touchdown runs, 2 by Latimer, 1 by Celto. And, Kuna's rolling at this point and feeling very confident that they're able to do that. A lot of that comes with the film study, Ethan. If you're looking at another team and you're seeing that, and you're seeing this opposing team, and you're saying, hey, I think we can run on these guys, you try to find some mismatches and create the mismatches. And that's absolutely what Kuna has done tonight by running the football. What do you think, Ethan?
I think they're doing a really good job running the football. I found some openings, and they are really running it well tonight.
Yeah, and they've been able to pick and choose a little bit some of their passing routes, and they've done a good job of being aggressive when they need to be aggressive, and at the same time staying true to who they are. Now, the flip side, Nampa's searching for answers. Again, we've talked about it before, and we've done previous games, and we talked about how Nampa is a young team, and their starting backfield is a couple of sophomores. And Alvarez throws a pretty ball, and he's hit some receivers, and he's done some good things. And Josh Peterson, the running back, shows good footwork and good balance coming out of the backfield. Again, both of those guys are just sophomores, and so I think the future is bright for this Nampa team as they're trying to pull together the rest of this football season. Pretty tough sledding, though. This SIC conference here in the Valley tends to be one of the toughest out there in the state, and Nampa seeing that firsthand as they're playing at the 5A level this year. But Nampa, proud program, absolutely looking to try and get back on track and do the things that they need to do to get better collectively as a team. They have a good coaching staff and support surrounding them, so I expect good things in the future. And second half, we'll see what they put together. Good adjustments, a good coaching staff typically puts those adjustments together. Now, Caveman, Kuna, what do you do as you keep going? Well, number one, you keep doing what you've been doing. You're up 21-7. You run the ball, you eat the clock, and you figure out and you keep feeding your horses. And number two, defensively, you've got to figure out, you've got to decide what you are. You've got to keep doing what you're doing, but you've got to decide what you are in defense. I've seen them rush none. I've seen them rush some. And when they don't rush anybody, they typically give up yards. So are you going to be aggressive, or are you content just letting them run between the 30-yard lines? And it's what it looks like they were happy to do. Now, I'm not downplaying it. I'm not looking down on it. That's a coach's decision. But Kuna to be aggressive and be able to play with the rest of these leaders in this SIC conference. And we're talking about Eagle, who's taking on Hawaii tonight, who 2 top 5 teams right there. If you're going to be playing with the Eagles, the Meridians, the Rockies, the Mountain Views of the world, you probably have to do that. You have to be able to play good defense and situational defense and be aggressive around the board. And the Kuna offensive line, big group, and they do very well. They move laterally. They're holding their blocks well against this team, this Nampa team. And the big test is when you start playing some of those good teams. Now, a couple of surprise schools, in my opinion, in case anybody really wanted to know, but I'm going to give my opinion anyway. Owyhee is a huge surprise to me. And I also look at Middleton. I want to talk a little bit about Middleton. Middleton, a good school, just on the cusp, being in the 5A division, but they're showing they stand. They stuck with Rocky their first game, and they took them all the way out to the third quarter, and then Rocky pulled away and only lost by 10. And then to come back, and they only lost by 3 to a very solid returning, defending would-have-been state champion, Meridian Warriors. And they lost by 3. So this Middleton team absolutely laid the wood to Nampa. And so Middleton has a bright future ahead of them. Now, Owyhee's another one. You know, they lost to a Boise team that nobody expected to be 4-0 this year, but Boise's come on very strong. I think the surprise, Bora's another one who's very surprising this year at 4-0. But they're doing it by building these programs. In the Boise schools, I'm talking about the schools in Boise, Capital, Boise, Timberline, and Bora. Timberline and Capital are down a little bit. Capital with the new coach, but doing some things, went up and beat Lewiston. And so, but Boise, big culture change over there with the coaching staff, and they're looking to change things up. And they've done a good job of that, recruiting some players, kids who they typically were soccer players or non-football players, just getting more kids out for football. So all of those come together, and you start seeing a very good middle class in this SIC 5A division, and Kuna could very well fit in there and be a contender at that 5A level in the middle of that pack. You have your top-tier teams, Eagle, Mountain View, Meridian, Rocky, and then you have those other ones knocking on the door to get in there. And Kuna, I think, is a candidate as they move forward with a couple of, have a freshman quarterback. They're playing some young kids, and this area is just growing and booming. Kuna has the opportunity to be a good football team. So live here from Kuna, Idaho, we have about 6.5 minutes, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here at halftime. Homecoming night for the Kuna Cavemen. Been very patriotic, and they're very committed to it. Talking to some of the staff, they said, we are the most patriotic school in the Valley. I think it'd be tough to argue that. Lots of red, white, and blue here in camouflage for what it's worth. But a good night to be here for high school football. Sun setting in the background. Temperature's fantastic. So we're going to take a break now, and we'll be back after we hear from some of our sponsors.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Treasure Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 3 activities in Idaho.
Coal Valley, we were so much Melba at the 2A WIC that I personally probably owe them an apology that I kind of brushed over Coal Valley. Here's me eating my crow.
Hosted by Logan Green, the Treasure Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
See a Blackhawk helicopter here. They delivered the kickoff or the game ball earlier tonight. The Idaho National Guard showing a ton of support here. And this Kuna crowd absolutely on their feet for a rendition of God Bless the USA. Yeah, Lee Greenwood and everybody else. Great atmosphere here tonight from Kuna and visiting Bulldogs. A little crowd on their side, but tough to pan this side as we're sitting up on top of the score booth. But if you could, you'd see good full crowd here, Kuna, Idaho. So heading into the second half, we have 1:52 left, about 2 minutes left at halftime. Neither school has taken the field yet. And we talked about it before. So Nampa looking to build on some momentum towards the end of the half. They missed a field goal, and the score remained 21-7 heading into the third quarter. And looking to keep the momentum are the Kuna Cavemen with the big offensive line and running the ball behind that offensive line. So we will be back after some more messages from our sponsors.
I am not good enough. I will never believe I'm ready.
College isn't for me, and I need to stop thinking my life can change. If only I could see things differently. My life can change, and I need to stop thinking college isn't for me.
I'm ready. I will never believe I am not good enough.
So, IdahoSports.com, the halftime show, thinking about what's next for you or your career or education. Next Steps Idaho can help you bring you closer to the life you want to lead. Thanks for watching the Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education. Again, think Next Steps Idaho to bring you closer to the life you want to lead. And I am going to play the Next Steps Idaho ad.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to kick off the second half. They put about 2 more minutes on at halftime, and we'll be heading into the third quarter of this contest with Kuna leading 21-7. Good matchup so far, and I think Kuna is very pleased with the results as they've been able to kind of impose their will to a certain degree. As we're moving closer to the third quarter, as they're able to run the football, and this Kuna crowd is excited. 2-2 record, and Kuna looking to make their name and move up there in the ranks. A couple of quick scores, surprisingly, from halftime. It's 7-10 Owyhee over Eagle, and that's being played out of Owyhee. And then 14-0 with Mountain View over Bora. Timberline was defeated yesterday by Meridian 35-20, and that's the most points. Meridian having a tough time keeping people off the scoreboard. They're able to score, But they haven't been in. Their defense has been a few question marks as they try to get it right as they move into the beef or the meat of this conference, meat of their conference. As we get ready for kickoff here, a couple thoughts. Ethan, you have any thoughts for us?
Honestly, I have no idea right now. I think it's going to be a good second half. A lot more throwing the football, a little less runs.
By which team?
Well, we've seen how Kuna has run the ball a little bit, and we've seen how Nampa has run. I think Kuna's going to throw the ball a little more. I think I think Kuna's going to throw the ball a little bit more, and Nampa's going to run a little bit more, but every once in a while there'll be a few.
So knuckleball kickoff, and the ball is running all over the place. Fielded by Hernandez at the 5-yard line. He's brought back up to the 9-yard line, and he's going to be stopped there. So the knuckleball kickoff paid off, and you got to imagine that Nampa's got to be thinking to themselves, what's going on? How did this happen? So Nampa takes over the football. They're going to start at the 8-yard line, looking for some answers and to build on some momentum. They were able to move the ball a little bit towards the end of the first half. But as we move into the second half, we'll see what the coaches dial up. And Alvarez back again behind center. He has Peterson behind him. Claps, takes the ball, hands off to Peterson. Peterson blows through the first line, gets tripped up. If he'd have kept his feet, there was a lot of green grass ahead of him. And he really burst through that hole, showed good explosiveness. He saw something he liked. Picked up 7 on that one. Could have been much more, but he got tripped up at the 15-yard line. So 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain. Kuna brings in 5 defensive linemen, and they flex one of their linebackers out, 2 of their linebackers. Alvarez takes the snap, gives the handoff to Peterson. Peterson likes what he sees, bursts through the hole, keeps his feet. He was looking to escape the second round, the second level tackles. Easy first down. Good hard running. And that initial wave of defenders got past him, and Peterson knew what he was going for. So first down at the 24-yard line. 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And very run-centric. Ethan, you said they were going to throw the ball, but so far they're going back to what they saw worked for them in the first half, and that's hand the ball off to Josh Peterson, the sophomore from Nampa, showing some explosiveness. Kuna with no deep safeties, daring Nampa to throw the ball over the top. And it's a bad snap, and Alvarez hangs on to it, but he gets dropped in the backfield. Looks like it was going to be somewhat of a run play, maybe an option. That's a loss of 6, and you've got to hate that if you're Nampa, man. Just shooting yourselves in the foot. Can't manage to snap the ball. They've had so many missed snaps and miscues on the snap that coaches have got to be going great, pulling their hair out. So I was going to bring up 2nd and 14. Peterson with Hernandez in the backfield with Alvarez. Alvarez takes the snap, runs the option. That was the play they wanted to run, and Hernandez is fast. He gets shoved out of bounds on the near side, on the far sideline, right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a 1 or 2, and he's a quick kid. Good pursuit by Kuna, though, to get him to the sidelines.
Down by number 11, Hunter Lowe.
So 3rd and 16 now. They're saying 14.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
That's 6. Maybe 14. Who knows? 3rd and 15, we'll call it. There it is, 3rd and 16. They adjusted it. So 3rd and 16, and Nampa maybe just looking to get out of here without shooting themselves in the foot, and fumbled snap, and that's exactly what you don't want to have happen. And they are not covering the center on that. That's just a bad snap, and that's a loss of 7. That's going to bring up 4th and 20.
Another loss on the play.
What is that? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's bring up 4th and 25. That is not a position you want to be in, Ethan.
Not at all.
So if you were the coach of this team, what would you say? Don't do that?
I'm pulling my hair out right now.
Pulling my hair out right now, he says. All right. So Nampa lined up in the punt formation. And the snap's up. Patrick Lewis Jr. gets the kickoff. Looks like they're going to get a penalty, though, and that's an automatic first down in that play at that level. So Nampa, Kuna running into the kicker.
On about the 37-yard line.
Now, is that an automatic first down? It used to be, and we're going to see now the recent changes in Idaho high school football in the rule play. So punt was not spectacular, not terrible. I think it was a punt of about 25 yards.
There's a flag on the play.
So they're going to do running into the kicker, and they're going to march 5 off, so not the personal foul type. And it's going to go 5 yards against Kuna, but Cuna's going to maintain possession. So 1st and 10 for the Caveman on the Bulldog 42-yard line. Offense takes the field, and they got to be excited. They did some good things in that first half. Big offensive line, and if I get a chance, I'm going to read some of the size of these kids.
After the penalty, the Cavemen will start this drive.
So Jackson Peterson, number 65, listed as 6'5", 265, and he's all of that. Senio hands off to Latimer. Latimer dances to his left, gets tackled right around the line of scrimmage, maybe falls forward for a gain of 1. There's number 70, and that's Andre Paleo. He's 6'4", 250. So some big kids up front for the Kuna Cavemen. Nampa digs in, bunch of defensive linemen across the board, knowing what Cuna's going to do. And Kuna, again, not shy about it. 2 backs in the backfield. That's Celto, and the handoff is to Celto. They run it to the right. Just a lead blocker out front. That was Latimer. That was a pickup of 4, bringing it up 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5, and the Cavemen in 2-down territory at this point, knowing they typically pick up 5 yards a carry. Celto gingerly coming to the sideline. He's listed at receiver, but looks like more of a running back. So Latimer in the backfield. And they fake the handoff to him, and it's just a quick out, and they throw the ball to the fullback. Quick reception, gets his helmet ripped off. He looks to the sideline saying, what are you doing? I mean, that was a massive. They just pulled his helmet right off. That was Gino Salas with the reception, and he showed good quickness out there. He does have to sit out a play. Typically, they have to if his helmet comes off, but he was out anyway. They're going to pull him out for the play. Big pickup on that, 10-yard pickup on that play action, and the fullback released out of the backfield. And that's a good job, because when you start bringing those defenders up, and again, they have 5-6 defensive linemen, there aren't a lot of people past that first level. And he was left uncovered, and they were able to hit him in the flat. So Senio hit him in the flat, and he was able to pick up about 10 yards. So tack on 15 on top of that from the face mask. We're going to call it decapitation as they pulled the helmet off. Cavemen 1st and 10, the 15-yard line, 14-yard line, and Ethan, they're in the red zone.
Yes, they are. Getting ready to score.
And they toss right, student body right, lead blockers in front. Latimer keeps his feet, gets low, and he has his feet chopped out from underneath him, but he had some daylight. Looks like he picked up 9 yards on that carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 2, and they can get a first down before they get into the end zone. And that student body, that toss right, toss left, has worked very well for them, as they have more blockers typically than there are defenders out there. So they line up again, 2 tight ends, 2 backs, I formation. Senio hands off to Latimer. Latimer picks his way, just puts his head down, dives towards the end zone. They're going to give it to him. Touchdown from 4 yards out. Austin Latimer, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Touchdown Caveman. And they take a 27-7 lead over the Nampa Bulldogs, looking to complete the extra point. Jason Monroe, the defensive back and do-it-all player. He's kicking extra points for him too. Not their kickoff man, but he does kick extra points. He lines up his kick.
Jason Monroe will attempt the extra point.
And the snap's out. It's a good snap. Low, he kicks it, and Monroe kicks it through.
Extra point is good.
So 28-7, and exactly what the Kuna Cavemen wanted when they came out. They ran it down their throat. Only one pass, and the rest of the time they ran the ball, picking up big chunks of yards. So, Ethan, were you wrong?
No, I guess. No, yes, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, okay, you said they were going to throw the ball more. And when you say they were going to throw the ball more, did you mean like deep passes or maybe like short passes? But Kuna said they didn't want to do anything you said. The coaches, I heard them down in the box here, they're saying, hey, that Ethan kid up there, he said throw the ball, let's just run it.
I think I meant deep passes.
Okay, deep passes. Well, I think the Bulldogs are going to have to do that. Nampa's going to have to start stretching the field a little bit. So maybe that's what you meant. But Kuna came down and did exactly what they wanted to do, scoring 28-7. So they line up for the kickoff. Nampa is set to receive. And it's a squib kick rolling up the middle, and one of the up men grabs it and just jumps on and says, I don't want anything to do with that. I want to fumble it. I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to go down to the 25-yard line, and we're going to let the offense go to work here. So the offense does need to go to work, down 28-7, 7:04 left in the third quarter. As the Kuna Cavemen look to stop the Nampa Bulldogs. And the Nampa Bulldogs, Nampa had some things going for him. Last drive of the first half had some things. Peterson running the ball well. Maybe just too little too late. Motion man comes across the field. Alvarez keeps the ball, just goes up the middle. It's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And that's tough. You like to be able to see, and typically running quarterbacks take it from the shotgun formation, but that's a love-hate sort of thing. You're already 3 or 4 yards in the backfield. If you get any kind of penetration to be dropped for a loss, and Alvarez comes off the field.
No gain on the play.
And Atreyu Titus comes in at quarterback, and Alvarez looks like he's taking a quick breather here. I think that's probably designed because Alvarez is just standing on the sidelines. Not like he's getting talked to. Maybe just a change of pace here with Titus Atreyu Titus, apologies. Titus hands off to Peterson. Peterson has a lead blocker in front of him, puts his hand on his back, cuts to his left. There is a flag in the backfield. And I'll tell you, this Josh Peterson is showing me something. He has a quick burst. He follows his blocks, keeps his feet. Heck of a player. You can see a little bit of the frustration coming in. It looks like this may be on Kuna.
Assisted on that tackle was Casey Neff. We do have a flag on the play.
Looks like they're trying to call it some sort of holding on Kuna. So the run stands, and Josh Peterson showing me something out of that backfield, showing us that quick burst as he gets through the first initial level. Put his hand on that, his lineman, his lead blocker's back. It was escort as he followed him through. Big yardage, picked up 15 on the run, and then an additional 15 now, and it takes it all the way to the Kuna 41-yard line. And that's got to feel good. You got to catch some breaks if you're Nampa, if you're going to be able to move the ball against this Kuna defense. Show a little bit of life. So Atreyu Titus in at quarterback. Apologies, that's Alvarez. Throws a dart to his left, look to his right, threw a dart to his left on the slant route. And Alvarez threw to Patrick Lewis Jr. Pick up a 6 yards. Or that was Makai Vinagas. Probably Vinagas. Apologies. 8 and 9. Couldn't tell. So Vinagas with the reception there. He also is the punter. So a lot of these kids play multiple roles at the high school level. Shows that athleticism. Alvarez showed good arm motion on that one, reading the inside route. So trips left. Alvarez with Peterson behind him in the pistol formation. Takes a snap, and Peterson steps up to block. Alvarez throws a beautiful downfield pass. Hits his tight end for a huge gain. They're going to call it incomplete. It looked like a reception to me, but I'm not exactly sure. That was Xander London, the tight end, and we've seen him hit some big plays, and he's not sure why this isn't a completion. Now, there is no instant replay, obviously, here at the high school level. But if I did have it, I'd be interested to see what happened there. He has no idea why they're not calling it a catch. Regardless, it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 at the Caveman 35-yard line. Xander London did go to the sideline after that, asking his coach what happened. So trips left. The ball snapped. Alvarez looks to his left, throws it over the middle, and throws it to nobody. Ball was batted down. His receiver was covered as he came across the middle. And this is 2-down territory for Nampa. They do have, you got nothing to lose at this point, as they say. So 4th and 3.5, almost 4. Nampa looking to capitalize on some penalties and some big plays. Josh Peterson, the running back, has been the staple so far. Alvarez throwing some pretty balls, just not a lot of completions. So ball snap, lead block up inside. They run the counter move, and Peterson shows a burst, follows his block, keeps his feet, stays on the sideline, dances around a couple of people, gets into the end zone, touchdown from the 35-yard line, 35-yard scamper. Josh Peterson showing a burst and incredible balance as he got to the far sideline. Multiple Cavemen bouncing off of him as he took it in. And Josh Peterson so far has been the player of the game for Nampa as he's been able to dart in and out and carry and break tackles.
Isaac Nordstrom will attempt the extra point.
So Isaac Nordstrom on for the extra point attempt. Kick is up and good. And brings it 28-14. And don't look now, but Nampa took advantage of some penalties and some tough breaks on Kuna's side, and were able to capitalize. And we've been talking about maybe going back to what has worked well for Nampa, which happened to be Peterson. Josh Peterson, the sophomore running back, showing a burst and good balance. Over 100 yards so far this game. And pretty much the whole offense as Nampa claws away at the 21-point lead to make it 28-14. Now Nampa's set to kick off to Kuna, and Kuna's looking to answer that with 4:54 left in the 3rd quarter. We have a ball game tonight, folks, as the temperature starts to cool down and the sun's gone down. It's a beautiful night here, Ethan. What do you think? Football night?
Yeah, definitely. It's perfect weather. It's not too cold, not too hot, and we got the stadium lights. It's a great night for football.
Love it, love it. So Nampa's set to kick. And the kick is up, and it's fielded around the 11-yard line with a full head of steam. He was kind of staggering forward. He was expecting to get hit a little bit more than he did, but he was able to bring it up to the 32-yard line. And the Cavemen are going to take over at the 33-yard line, maybe the 35. I don't know where they're marking this anymore. The chain gang on the other side, we're all volunteers here, folks.
Cavemen return the kick out to about the 33-yard line while they'll start this drive.
All right. So Kuna marches back out onto the field. Big offensive line, jumbo-ish type package. Salas, the fullback, the sophomore fullback. They flop the receiver. Senio under center. Lattimore in the backfield in the I formation. They fake the handoff. They have one man in the route, and they throw it to him, and he drops it, but it looks like they're going to call pass interference. Actually, it's probably going to be a holding call, as it happened before the pass was out, but there was one man in the route, the pass route, and they kind of ran somewhat of a play action, not a hard play action, hoping to catch Nampa sleeping. Yeah, they're going to call it defensive holding. That's a 10-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
First down, Kuna.
Maybe it's a 5-yard in high school. Typically it's a 10-yard penalty. So 42-yard line, 43-yard line. Kuna's gonna take start with a first down here. And Senio in the backfield, shotgun formation. Latimer spreads out to his left. He's alone in the backfield. He looks over the middle, throws into a ton of traffic. Nobody was open on that. Threw a bullet. He was lucky he threw a bullet because nobody could catch that. So going to bring up 2nd and 10. One of the rare spread passing plays for Kuna. Typically they run everything out of that play action with Senio under center. So Nampa digging in here. 3-man front, but they typically rush 5 to 6 people. And 2nd and long, staying with the 3-man front, 4 linebacker, safety, hybrids. Who knows what you want to call them at this point. Kids that play football. Senio in a shotgun formation, short shotgun. He runs that forward flip pass, and it's bottled up and taken down right at the line of scrimmage, and Nampa got good upfield penetration. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Brings up 3rd and 10 for Kuna Caveman. Nampa, good penetration, read that play really well. Now that will go down as a forward pass, but is more like a forward handoff. So 3rd and 10. Kind of unfamiliar territory here for Kuna. They typically run the ball on the 1st and 2nd down. Instead, they try to throw a wrinkle. So Senio goes back. He hits his man across the middle. That was his back. That was Latimer, who released out of the backfield. Sat down in front of the linebackers, pick up at 5 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down. Going to bring up 4th down and 7, 6, 6.5. Boy, I tell you, trying to judge off of the far sideline, and they keep moving the sticks. So 4th and 5. Punting situation for Kuna. And Bryce Wallingford back to receive the punt for Nampa. So snaps out. Kick, that's a good kick. Turns it over. Call for the fair caught at the 21-yard line. And there, Nampa's going to take over as they held up strong versus this Kuna offense. Kuna tried to throw a wrinkle at him. Tried to throw the ball. 3 passing plays. And Nampa bottled him up, forced him into a punting situation. It's got to feel good. You just came off of a big scoring drive, 28-14, 3:09 left in the 3rd quarter. You're not out of this. You get a score here, and we have a ball game, folks. And Kuna's looking for some answers on defense here. 5 men on the line of scrimmage for Kuna. Looking to get some penetration. Man coverage across the board here. Alvarez takes the hands off to Peterson. Peterson again dances in the hole, able to pick his way forward for about 2.5, 3 yards. Always moving forward. Peterson, a good ball player, and we've seen him good burst here. Just a sophomore. All right, is this where they throw the ball downfield?
Yes, it is. Throw it up and long. They'll catch it in zone. Score touchdown.
Now, Ethan, I understand you played football today at recess or for PE. Was that right?
Yeah.
Did you have an interception?
Yes, I did.
All right. Did you have a touchdown?
Sadly not.
Sadly not. All right. Well, next time. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7. Nampa lined up, pistol formation, run the man across formation. It's a handoff. Reverse. It looks like a double pass. And Hernandez has a man open. That's Peterson, who catches it, hangs onto it, and drags some defenders. Boy, if he could have that back, he sure wishes he could have, because he would have been able to turn and get some big yardage on that, and that goes for a 15-yard completion. Probably the longest well, that's not true. They threw the touchdown pass in the 1st quarter. So Josh Peterson doing it all, catches the double reverse pass. 1st and 10, Nampa Bulldogs at the 37-yard line. Alvarez lined up, trips receivers to his left. And we have a false start on Nampa. That's going to back him up 5, and can't have any of those shoot yourselves in the foot. Makes it tough. 1st and 15 now.
That'll move them back 5 yards.
First and 15, and Nampa changing their play calling up a little bit. and going to what has been working for them, which is get the ball to Peterson. So whatever that play call is, make sure you're doing it. Peterson steps up to his left to pick up the blitz. Alvarez runs right into the blitz, tries to get out of it, just lobs the ball downfield, and catch was made right on the sideline. He just threw it up to his big receiver. It was Briggs Waite, 6'5", 205, and he threw it over the top. And at 6'5", you could see that. He climbed the ladder, made the grab right at the sideline, got his feet in bounds, pickup of nearly 10 yards, looks like about 8 yards. So 2nd and 7, a long 6. Bulldogs back in business, make it a more manageable 2nd and 7. 6, long 6, you choose. So Alvarez lined up with, joined in the backfield by 3 other Bulldogs. And the snap, running the option to the right, gets it out quickly, and Hernandez takes it. He runs upfield on the option, picks up nothing, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's a tough play. He was very, very deep when he caught the ball, caught the pitch, had to get upfield. So 3rd and 7.
Brought down by number 4, Mateo Jenkins.
3rd and 7 for this Bulldogs offense. They've been having to grind away. All of their touchdowns have come after grinding away and picking up some breaks here and there off of penalties or turnovers. Alvarez claps for the ball, throws a dart in there. Catch was made. Bryce Wallingford. Alvarez threw a dart on the in route, and Wallingford, where only he could get it. And first down, Bulldogs able to pick up the first down off of just a quick throw, and Alvarez showing a little bit of that arm strength. Why the Nampa coaches are so big on him and excited about him. So Nampa back in business. First down with only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they don't get the snap off. We're going to go into the 4th quarter. We're going to take a quick break here. IdahoSports.com, Treasure Valley game night, and we'll be back after this.
I am not good enough. I will never believe I'm ready.
College isn't for me, and I need to stop thinking my life can change. If only I could see things differently. My life can change, and I need to stop thinking college isn't for me.
I'm ready. I will never believe I am not good enough.
Ethan looks over at me and says, "Dad, one more quarter till it's over." It's been intense for him. This is his first broadcast experience. He's doing a fantastic job. So thank you, Ethan, for being on with me tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome, he says. All right. Big 4th quarter coming up. Down 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. Nampa finds themselves on the near sideline. 1st and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. Full quarter to go. Alvarez, the quarterback. Gets the play from the sideline, comes in. Josh Peterson been the workhorse so far. Contributions from a few Bulldogs going against this Kuna defense. So Kuna looks across the board, mans up. Pistol formation. Trips left. Alvarez claps, gets the ball, hands it to Peterson. Peterson looks to break past that first line, leans forward, picks up 3 yards. I think he's only had 1 negative run all night, but he does a good job of getting past that initial push. And from there, he picks his way for big yardage. He has picked his way for big yardage. So gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Also assisting on that tackle was Hiram Heindel.
2nd and 7 for the Nampa Bulldogs.
3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7.
The red and white here taking on the black and gold, the Kuna Cavemen. homecoming night here, folks, from Kuna, Idaho. It's been a good crowd, and the student section's getting loud to our right. Snap to Alvarez. He's blitzed, and he's taken down, sacked in the backfield. Big sack, and they dialed up the blitz when they needed to, and that was number 31, Ashton Schroll, defensive lineman, so more or less a blitz, but got past him. Schroll in for the big sack, beat his lineman, beat his blocker, got in the backfield for the sack. Loss of 5 yards brings up 3rd and 13. 12. Long 12. Nampa hoping to avoid that as they're able to move. If they move the ball down, they need to be methodical, picking up chunks of yardage and play mistake-free football. So Alvarez claps, takes the snap, looks to his left, has a man, goes over the top, throws it to Hernandez, but it's dropped. The interception was dropped. The safety bled over, read the quarterback's eyes, read it all the way. And, you know, that's what they say. These guys don't play receiver because they've seen 2 or 3 drops for interceptions in the defensive backfield. So that's going to bring up 4th and long, force Nampa into a punting situation. And Kuna comes up big with a stop. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the 4th quarter from Kuna. Kuna Caveman up 28-14. Ethan, so far, what do you think?
So far, it's been a pretty good game. Not much scoring, but still there's some points on the board.
Punts up, and it's a directional punt. They send it to the far sideline, hoping to avoid any kind of return. And that is a decent punt, taking it into the 22-yard line with no chance of return. 25-yard punt, almost a 30-yard punt. And that's where Kuna's going to take over after forcing Nampa to the punting situation. So as the offense comes back on the field, looking to answer some questions, thinking what they did the first for their 4 scores, which were all running touchdowns. Trying to get back to what they do well, try to give a little bit of a wrinkle in offense. They get back to that power set formation with 2 backs in the backfield, and Latimer takes the handoff, just bullies his way up there, but only a gain of 1.5. So Nampa clogging the line of scrimmage, bringing in multiple defensive linemen. Kuna content to just let this clock run, 28-14. So Senio comes in with the play from the sideline. Every down, every play, he goes to the sideline and gets the play. Then they rush to the line of scrimmage. He has taken at least 90% of his stabs from under center. And it's that toss to his left, good lead blocking. And Latimer picks his way forward. Not a big gain, only gains about 2. We'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Cavemen. And Nampa making some adjustments on defense, really forcing up on that. And you can see him putting some pressure up there. Whenever that toss is there and everybody starts pulling and moving to either side, I see the student body right or student body left, you see multiple defenders leak that way. So whistle on the field. And timeout Kuna. We're going to take a quick timeout too. And we'll be back after these messages.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
And a carnival here at the school.
Kuna facing 3rd and 7 here. Play call coming in from the sidelines. And very confident that I formation, offset I, motion across with the tight end. It's just that toss, and Latimer takes a cut, gets upfield, but he gets bottled up. after a gain of 3 yards. So 4th down, punt unit's going to come on. Nampa held their own versus this running game. And Kuna, atypical for them to run 3 plays and only gain 7 yards, 3 running plays. Got to feel good if you're the Nampa Bulldogs. Get the ball back. 8:33 left in the 4th quarter. Jason Monroe set to punt. Snaps out, gets the kickoff, punts out, caught back at the 35-yard line. That's Bryce Wallingford, makes a couple of cuts, picks up some good yardage on the return.
Number 2 on the return. Bryce
takes it to the Kuna 47-yard line, where Nampa will take over after a big 3-and-out. Offensively, looking to get some momentum, play off of that defense. Looking for some scores from around the valley. See if I can find some here for you. So 4th quarter, 14-17, Owyhee's up on Eagle. Did not see that one coming. And flag, an additional flag on the play. See what the call is here. Looks like it's a personal foul tie, 15-yarder. The guy shoved him down to the ground is what they're saying.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Alvarez, shotgun formation. Pistol looks across the middle, throws the ball deep over the middle, has a man downfield, that's Wallingford, and he catches it with the pass interference. Deep ball through it where only his man could run underneath it, and he was blanketed so much so that we're going to call a pass interference. That penalty will obviously be declined, and the Bulldogs answer with the bomb. It was a 30-yard touchdown pass, and they're back in this football game. So touchdown is good, 28-7, excuse me, 28-20. Looking to complete the extra point here.
Isaac Nordstrom will attempt the extra point.
So Isaac Nordstrom on.
Pass interference declined. Touchdown is good.
So pass interference was declined. And the kick is up and good. So, folks, we have a ball game, 28-21. Kuna leading, 7:55 in the 4th quarter.
Bulldogs 21.
Not only are they leading, they have the momentum, all the momentum. And some confusion on which side of the field they need to line up for the kick return here. But Kuna gets it straightened out with the coach's help. So all that momentum that Kuna had in that first half, leading in that run game, they were held to a 3-and-out. Nampa responded, came down, threw a 30-yard bomb. Alvarez hit his man Wallingford over the middle, and he threw it where his man ran underneath it. There is no deep safety help by Kuna. That's by design, thinking they can get to him and cause that pressure. Ethan, what'd you think of the pass? You called it.
Well, kind of got distracted there. I was thinking of something else. But I'm guessing it was good. I didn't really see it.
You didn't watch it. You should have seen it, man. You should have seen it.
I did see it. I just didn't. Yeah.
So they're going to assess the penalty on the kickoff here. So Nampa is going to be kicking from the Kuna 45-yard line. So if he doesn't kick this through the uprights, he needs to rethink his life's decisions. I'm just kidding, Rasmussen family. I'm sure he's just fine. Kick is up and obviously really deep. Back of the end zone, unreturnable. So it's a touchback. Kuna's going to take over at the 20-yard line. And we're going to start this next series, and Kuna has to answer some questions right now. Are they going to be able to march the ball down and be effective on offense? The 3-and-outs just aren't going to cut it if Nampa's starting to gain some momentum. looking to win this homecoming football game, and Kuna looked like world beaters as they put 28 points up on the board, but have kind of stagnated lately in this offense. So twin formation, Latimer in the backfield with Senio. The handoff goes to Latimer up the field, and defensive penetration. They tackled him right at the line of scrimmage, and he fell forward for a gain of about 2. Not able to find any room up inside right now. That Nampa defense is being very aggressive, getting after this Kuna offensive line. The tackle was made by number 63 for the Bulldogs. So back, it's a kind of a sling pass out to the far side, to the near sideline. Lateral pass, and that goes to Keyshawn Kelly. Let me pick up of a couple. Daniel Soto on the tackle there. So brings up a very critical 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Kuna has to move the ball if they're going to keep control of this football game. They line up in the pistol formation again. Well, somewhat of a pistol. Offset running back, slight motion to the near sideline, looks to his left, back to his right, throws just a pass over his receiver's head. It's intercepted and taken all the way to the 10-yard line. Huge momentum killer. He didn't even throw it to anybody. He didn't look to his left, look back to his right, threw it right to the Nampa defender. And that was a defensive lineman that dropped back in coverage. Big number 63, who made the tackle before that, gets an interception and rumbles down to the 10-yard line. Fantastic play, great defensive call. They run that zone blitz where they bring people off the side and drop defensive linemen into coverage. Julian Tapia fooled the Kuna quarterback, Senio, and he threw the interception. So Alvarez takes over the 10-yard line, and they're dealing their 1st and goal from the 10. Hand off to Peterson. Peterson stumbles his way forward, breaks a couple tackles, gets into the end zone, moves to his left, touchdown. Nampa, all kinds of momentum right now, breaks that first level of tackles, stutter steps to his left, and got all the way to the end zone. And just some bullying going on there. Josh Peterson, the sophomore, showing why he has a bright future at Nampa High School, and they're huge on this kid. Nampa within spitting distance now of tying this football game up. Kick is up and good. We have a tie ball game, folks. 28-28, 7 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Take a quick break here. Nampa coming on strong. We talked about second half adjustments, and that is exactly what they've been doing.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
So Nampa ties the ball game up 28-28. And Kuna searching for answers at this point. I think there's a little bit of fatigue going on right now. And you can see it as the Cavemen really looking to get their mojo back after this kickoff. Well, it kicks up. Latimer takes the ball at the 5-yard line, breaks to his left. That's not Latimer, apologies. Gets it out to the 26-yard line. Tyler Rasmussen, the kick returner on that one, brings it out to the 27-yard line, and Kuna looking to put some points on the board, move the ball down the field, do something. They have to create some momentum here.
On their own 27-yard line.
Ethan, what do you got for me?
I honestly think they are in a pinch situation, and they're going to be a little more careful with their ball, use their downs carefully, and I think they'll score a touchdown.
There you go, from the mouth of Ethan. So Latimer takes a handoff, lead play up the middle, hits the 2-hole. He gets wrapped up and dropped for a gain of about 3.
Gain of 4 yards on the
It's over in the eastern side of the state, and this is my hometown, Shelley. Shelley looks like they won 35-7 over Blackfoot. Brings them to 2-2. Blackfoot drops to 0-4. So Senio sends a man in motion, and it's fumbled. I think that's an incomplete pass. They're not going to call it that. They do need to call it an incomplete pass, yeah. Yep, there they go. Incomplete pass. And just the, Kuna not doing the things well that they did well in the first half. Celto just bobbled the ball on that one, trying to get around the corner, and it feels like Cuna's run about the same 8 plays over and over, and I'm not sure if they just want to execute on that or what they're trying to do, but they have not been able to execute as of late. So Senio in the backfield now, and fakes the handoff to Latimer. He rolls to his right, has his tight end, just a dump pass, nice drag route, and finally Kuna comes up with the first down, and the crowd goes wild. Incredibly stale, and they ran off of that play action. And the tight end, Colton Deathridge, the 6'4", 200-pound tight end, ran the drag route off of the play action of the bootleg to the right. And they finally picked up a first down, and very much needed by this Kuna offense. So 1st and 10. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Bunch formation, tight, handoff. Latimer looking for some blockers. Bullies his way forward, breaks a couple of tackles. That was a good run, 6 yards. Looks like they got a little bit more of their mojo back, Ethan.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. I like it. Don't say too much, just say the truth. So 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Kuna Cavemen. 4:46 left in this 4th quarter. We're fixing to have a pretty good finish to this game here, folks. Latimer deep in the backfield. They're tossed it to the right. Salas, the lead blocker, and Latimer gets dragged down after a gain of 2.5.
Latimer gets around the corner.
But they're gonna mark him way short. Maybe he went out of bounds. I couldn't see the far side.
Pushed him out of bounds.
So that's what they said. They ran out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Possible 2-down territory. Who knows? Trying to keep possession of this football. A big defensive line. A lot of them going both ways for Nampa. Shown good fitness. Been very aggressive in the second half. Kuna, everybody tight. 2 tight ends, 3 backs. Handoff to Latimer. Latimer stumbles, gets tripped up. Doesn't make it to the first down, makes it to midfield, and it's 4th and short. Coaches are debating here on the sideline what they want to do, and they don't even question it. Here they go. Say, here you go, son. Senio takes the play call from the sideline, runs it back over. They're absolutely going for it. 4th down, 4th and a yard from the 50-yard line. Everybody, and I mean everybody's around that line of scrimmage, and he gets stopped. Ooh, depending on where they mark him, initially the far official came in and had some forward momentum, but Senio tried to jump forward, and you can't leave your feet, so he has to stay on the ground. And it looks like if they mark it where it is, he is short, and that is 1st down Nampa. They mark it short, that's 1st down. Nampa Bulldogs take over. And I'll tell you what, they have gotten physical in the second half and really picked up, really decided that they are going to be the better team so far. And we're tied up 7-7. And if you would have asked me in the first half, I never thought this would have happened. But I'll tell you what, halftime adjustments make a difference. And you can see with the physicality, and they're guessing their plays now, the play calling on the Kuna side. So Cuna's defense fired up, and the Nampa offense, all kinds of momentum.
Let's help out our defense. Let's get loud.
So here we go, folks. 1st and 10, 50-yard line. Ethan, what are you thinking of this?
I don't know.
Come on, what's your play call? Do you throw or pass here?
I'd throw it.
Throw it?
Yeah.
Yep. How about Peterson, the running back? He's been running really well. Why don't you hand it to him?
I don't know.
All right. So Nampa, huge set of downs. Got the turnover on the downs. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Big, big, big drive. Alvarez takes the snap, looks to his left, has a D-man down the seam, throws the ball, overthrows his receiver. Tegan Lords was the intended receiver on that. That was a beautiful play call. They faked the swing pass to the near sideline and then ran the two seam routes. And he was open. If you could have hit him, he just overthrew his man deep. And I'll tell you what, Alvarez throws a good deep ball, really pretty. His accuracy has been a little suspect on some of those deep balls, but when he connects and he puts it all together, it's a thing of beauty. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. And they snap the ball. They hand it off to Peterson. Peterson's just dying to get the ball in his hands. And he rumbles his way out to the 10-yard line, and he's moving forward, already picking his hole before he even takes the handoff. And they've found something with this Peterson kid. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. So the Caveman defense really needs to dig in here. 3 minutes, 27 seconds left. Clock doesn't stop until inside the last 2 minutes on first downs. All the excitement, all the momentum on the Nampa side. So Alvarez takes the snap, looks to his left, pump fakes with his shoulders, throws a deep ball, again, throws it too deep. Very well covered. There was nobody there, or there was nobody that could have caught that ball, threw it out of bounds. Very well covered. Safety had rolled over. But Alvarez showing that good arm strength and that quick release. Pass was intended for number 12, Tegan Lords. So 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Kuna, four defensive linemen. They give the handoff. The ball goes to Peterson. Peterson just breaking tackles, willing his way to 8 to 10 yards every time he touches the ball. Going to bring up 3rd and short. Big defensive down for the Kuna Cavemen. This is 2-down territory, and Nampa knows it. They're not going to rely on a field goal at this point. They want it's end zone or bust. Offensive line walks up, no hands on hips. Feels like they're fairly fresh. Takes the snap. Alvarez gives it to Peterson. Peterson just bullies his way down, gets across the first down, gets first down yardage. And they're going to mark him at the 30-yard line, just beyond the 30, and that's enough for a first down. So 1st and 10. Bulldogs are dealing at this point. 28-28, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Big-time high school football game here in the Treasure Valley. Two proud programs. Kuna won the state championship at the 4A level a few years ago. Nampa, it's been a few years, but have put together some good programs. Alvarez looks to his left, throws across the middle, and just ball slipped out of his hand. Underthrew that post route. He had a big seam across the middle and just didn't get the ball to him. And so he overthrows some, underthrows a couple. That's what you get with a youngster, but as he puts it together, he could be a very, very dangerous weapon in years to come. Just only a sophomore. Coaching staff big on his arm and working with the playmaking, his decision-making ability, and then also his completion percentage. So Alvarez, 2nd and 10, 30-yard line, motion man. Give the handoff to Peterson. Peterson has a convoy in front of him. He does get bottled up after a gain of 6, though. He is a tough runner. Going to bring up 3rd and 4, maybe 5, 3rd and 5. Kuna defense looking to dig in. It's 1 minute and 29 seconds left. That clock keeps ticking the closer they get to the end zone. Big stop needed by the Kuna Cavemen. They get a stop here, force them into field goal situation. They have not proven they can hit anything accurately. But it almost feels like Nampa's just waiting to pop one or play for a field goal at this point. So we have a timeout, Kuna, and we're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. 28-28, 1 minute left here from Kuna, Idaho. We have a barn burner ready to wrap it up when we come back.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
So here we go, final minute of this football game, 28-28, Kuna Cavemen. Nampa Bulldogs tied here at homecoming night in Kuna. Bulldogs line up with 3 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers actually. Alvarez takes the snap, gives it to Hernandez. It's a sweep out to the right. He's being chased and pursued. The pursuit gets there, and it looks like they push him out of bounds short of the first down. Going to bring up 4th down. Interesting play call as you have Peterson, who can knock off 5 to 15 yards a carry. They hand it off to Hernandez on the fly sweep and brings up 4th down. And they're going to kick a field goal. Field goal unit comes on. They're confident that they can hit this field goal. So 37-yard field goal.
Isaac Dorstrom will be trying the attempt from the 30-yard line.
So about a 40-yard field goal. Snaps up, good snap. It's a kick, and it's far left. He misses it, and Kuna dodges the proverbial bullet and is still in this ball game. 50 seconds left. They have 1 timeout. We'll see how confident they are. If they're freshman quarterback, they can get him any kind of range. Ethan, you just breathe deep. What's your thoughts, man?
This game's crazy. One of the craziest games I've seen besides the 5A high school state championship last year.
Yeah, that was a big game too. Rigby and Meridian. We called that one, or I called it, and you were there with me. But here we go. This is what it's all made of, guys. This is Friday Night Lights, and this is the good stuff. 28-28, 2 teams looking to jump into relevancy in the 5A ranks, and Kuna and Nampa bringing it. 2 proud cities, 2 proud programs. 1 minute left, 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter, tied up. They may just push this into overtime. Senio looks back, scrambles to his left, hits his man on the near sideline, but it's incomplete pass. He initially looked to his far right, wanted to go for the deep ball. He had 2 receivers running deep, but they were covered deep, and Nampa has had multiple safeties dropping with him. They're not going to allow anything deep. Matter of fact, Kuna might want to watch out here. Nampa could stop the clock 3 times, depending on what they want to do. If they want to play for overtime or not. And judging by the way they kicked the field goal, maybe they are playing for overtime. So Senio gets the man to jump off sides. They're going to blow the whistle dead, move it forward 5 yards. That's the NFL or college. That's a free play, and they let him send it deep. And I think a lot of these high school players would love to be able to do that. So regardless, it brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 5. 5 yards isn't going to make that much of a difference. 42 seconds left. Senio takes the snap, just hands it off to Latimer. Latimer breaks the tackle, gets up 1st down yardage. And Latimer's been very, very productive tonight. Reliable. That said, 5 yards isn't going to do much. 32 seconds, and it looks like they are just content. Maybe take a shot or 2, but they're not going to do much here. Playing for overtime, knowing that they don't have the big playability, maybe throwing the ball. So just dumping the ball over the middle to Latimer. Clock's going to keep running. That should just do it. Now they take their final timeout. So Kuna is going to take the timeout, which unless you can throw a 60-yard bomb, probably more than that. We'll call it a 75-yard bomb.
Eagle 21, Hawaii 17.
All right, this is just final. Eagle goes to Hawaii, and in the fourth quarter pulls it off, 21-17, and Eagle remains undefeated. They're ranked number 1, and Hawaii was number 4. Hawaii with a big victory over Mountain View, but happened to lose to Boise, and then again plays a close one to a very good Eagle team. I just don't think Hawaii knows their identity at this point. Some big wins and a couple of tough losses, and so Eagle remains undefeated as one of, well, let's see, Boise and Bora are both undefeated also in the 5A ranks. So 5A, no, I lied. Bora is going to be beat. So Boise, who would have thought? Boise High School still undefeated. Here we go, last play of the game. Rolls to his right, just throws a quick out route, gets past the first down yardage, and they're going to say the clock keeps running, and I'm not sure why they won't stop the clock for the first down. They said that they keep it running, and now as soon as they mark it, but the chains typically, well, that's the end of the ball game. They're going to let it run out anyway. So, folks, we're heading into overtime. Get a little bit more than we bargained for. Anybody that bought a ticket tonight gets some bonus footage, as you were. Maybe a little Easter egg. If you that's a reference to maybe some of those gamers out there. But we get extra football here, ladies and gentlemen. Two good football teams. Tale of two halves. Nampa sleepy in the first half and wide awake in the second. Looked like world beaters. Kuna in the first half. Tough times in the second half, but here we are tied up 28-28. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you after this.
I am not good enough. I will never believe I'm ready.
College isn't for me, and I need to stop thinking my life can change. If only I could see things differently. My life can change, and I need to stop thinking college isn't for me.
I'm ready. I will never believe I am not good enough.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
All right, so we're back, 28-28, heading into overtime. Both teams get a chance to score. Overtime rules a little bit different than the NFL. Both teams get the ball from, they changed it, it used to be the 20-yard line, but it's the 10-yard line. You get 4 downs to get it into the end zone, and then the opposing team gets to match it. So Kuna comes out on offense first, as they lost the coin toss, and Nampa elected to defer and be on second to receive to get the ball second. So Kuna takes over at the 10-yard line. They're heading into the north end zone, and they're lined up in their typical split back formation, very tight. Hand the ball off to Latimer. Latimer falling his blockers up inside, falls forward for a gain of 4. Bring it up 2nd down and 6, second and goal from the 6-yard line. And Nampa knowing exactly what they're going to do, and at this point it's just a game of execution. Senio comes from the sideline with the play call. Same personnel stays on the field. And they line up in the split back formation and be strong right at this point. And they hand off, and it's going to go to Latimer. Picks his way, dips and dives. Big stiff arm, gets to the end zone, jumps over the end zone, gets to the pylon. Touchdown. Latimer from 6 yards out, and he had a fantastic stiff arm. He put his hand right on the defender's helmet and said, no, thank you. Shoved him right to the ground, got to the end zone. That's exactly what Kuna needed. Went back to the well, played their game. 6 points on the board. Looks at 34-28. Extra point pending. This is a critical extra point. Got to make it.
Jason Monroe will attempt the extra point.
2 downs for the touchdown is all it took. Snap is out, and they're going to blow the whistle. They're going to say offsides again. Probably a good thing, too.
Extra point is no good. Flag on the play.
So it's going to make it half the distance to the goal at this point.
On the defense.
Maybe you look at going for 2. That's what they're talking about at the sideline, the Kuna coaches. There they go. They're going to run them off. They're saying, hey, let's do this. Let's go for 2. Yeah, ball's at the 1 yard line. You have the power running game. I absolutely agree with this call. Here we go, folks. Big time call by the Kuna coaches here. Senio, they're going to trust their freshman quarterback. Latimer, the big back, had a heck of a game. 4 touchdowns so far. Kuna defensive line is digging in, knowing that it's coming right at them. Here's the snap. Latimer taking to the far sideline, gets to the edge. 2-point conversion is good. That's 2, folks. Kuna goes up and forces Nampa now not only to score but to convert a 2-point conversion. That was huge. Latimer has been big all night for this Kuna Caveman. That's 4 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. This offensive line, and they did exactly what they've been doing. Pulling guards, getting down blocks from receivers, and the offensive line is pumped. Now it's Nampa's turn. They get the ball at the 10-yard line. Looking to respond to this. Alvarez has been brilliant in the second half, but better than him has been Josh Peterson. Josh Peterson has just been pulverizing up inside. They spread Kuna out on offense. Run some motion. They hand it to Peterson. Peterson puts a hand on the back, makes 1 cut. 1 down, touchdown. Josh Peterson gets to the end zone and quiets the crowd. And just like that, Kuna responds.
Bulldogs will attempt to.
Nampa responds. Apologies, folks. I got called out. Nampa responds. Josh Peterson. They went to the hot hand, and this is huge. This is do or die. They convert this. We go to double overtime. They don't. Game over. Kuna wins their homecoming. 36-34, folks. Overtime here from Kuna. Timeouts trying to be called. There we go. Kuna gets their timeout from the sideline. Coach comes flying onto the field. They want to talk this one over. And this is huge, Ethan. How big is this?
Very big, like massive.
Massive. Yeah, this is it. This is the play, man. If they score this, we're heading into double overtime. If they don't, if Kuna can buckle down, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you what I would do, and then you tell me what you would do. And then we'll ask my cameraman what he would do. Me, I hand the ball to Peterson. Josh Peterson's been huge all game. I say, Josh, we're going to send you over just to the right of the center. We're going to go in that A gap.
What a great game played by both
2 gap to the 2 hole, send you through the 2 hole, and put you in the end zone.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
I knew it. I knew it. I read your mind, boy. I knew exactly what you were going to say. What would you do? Same thing. See, I know what I'm talking about. Johnny Football up here. Not really. I'm Ryan Football. So again, Ryan Luke here with my son Ethan Luke, and I have my nephew Easton Roar on camera. Been a heck of a football game, guys. I don't think any of us expected this. I mean, hey, football's great, and we love coming to games, but to come here and catch this overtime matchup between these 2 programs, Kuna looking for their third win, and Nampa looking for their first win. Went for 2 after an offsides on the extra point. Kuna did, converted. Now Nampa has to answer. Peterson lined up, man in motion, hand the ball off to Peterson. No, Alvarez keeps it. They fake the handoff, and that's it, folks. Game over. Kuna wins the ball game. Alvarez didn't hand the ball off to Peterson on that option play. Kept it and was bottled up, and that's just a heartbreaker. Game goes final. Kuna wins 36-34 in this overtime matchup. Huge victory. But I'll tell you what, Kuna fought their guts out. And honestly, they've got to be proud with their performance. They have bounced back very well from a couple devastating losses. Played a pretty tough Kuna team. Stayed in this ballgame to the end, tied it up, sent it into overtime, scored the touchdown. And now they're just to lose like this has got to be a heartbreaker, but take some momentum from this. Young program, only going to get better. But hats off to the Kuna Cavemen. Came in, led big, let Nampa back into it, and ended up winning the ball game on a 2-point conversion. Ethan, what are your thoughts?
It was a great game. Some great football Friday night. And, yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, fantastic. And so we are going to go with our player of the game. And I am forgetting who was our sponsor, so I apologize. Project Filter, Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide corporate. So the IdahoSports.com Treasure Valley Game Night player of the game, I'm going to go with, boy, this is a tough one, but I got to go with Austin Latimer. Yeah, Austin Latimer.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. 4 touchdowns, 2-point conversion, and he was big when they needed him. He kept the ball going, chains moving, well over 100 yards. Ballpark guess for me, he had about 130 to 140 yards rushing, but with those 4 touchdowns were critical. And the Kuna Caveman come out with the victory over the Nampa Bulldogs. Final thoughts, Ethan?
Honestly, it was probably the best game I've seen in high school football this year so far.
Wow, so far, best game you've seen. Oh, and I'll second that. The best live game I've seen. I think the better game I saw was College of Idaho last-minute Hail Mary win, but this is right up there with it, and these hometown fans thrilled to get a victory here tonight on homecoming. So this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Treasure Valley Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Special thanks to the Kuna Athletic Department, everyone here at Kuna High School for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Austin Latimer, 4 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion to win the game. Thanks again for joining us. This is a Kuna victory over Nampa with a score of 36-34 in overtime.